Wow, that hurts. Hello, Crafty Crandall fam. Today I'm doing kind of a talking video, so if you are only here to watch me do artwork, I do apologize. This video is probably not for you, but I did want to discuss an art-related topic, and so I felt like it was something that I wanted to put in a video because other people might be struggling with it, and other people might have similar experiences, and it might be useful for the art community as a whole to hear, and just valuable for you if you are an artist to remind yourself of. The topic of this video is, as the title and the thumbnail state, your art matters. I think oftentimes as artists we can get kind of bogged down in the social media aspect of sharing your artwork and kind of the rejection aspect that comes along with artwork, in that you're like sharing your portfolio and 9 times out of 10 you're not going to be the artist chosen for something, and it sucks, but it's the reality of the situation. And I just kind of wanted to talk through how to work through that and how to value your artwork for yourself as opposed to seeing your art through the valuation that other people place on it. So that's really what we're discussing today. If this topic interests you, please give this video a like. If you're willing to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you in the Crafty Crandall fam. I post new art and book related content every single Tuesday and occasionally on Fridays. With that out of the way, let's continue with this topic. Remember to stay hydrated. So I'm going to start this off with a little bit of a story time so that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from with this topic and kind of get it a little bit more as to how I can even speak to this. So long story short, here's what happened. I was scrolling through Instagram like I do pretty much every day, and I was just looking through stories of some of my people that I follow, and one of the stories that I saw was, hey, if there are any artists out there who would be willing to do a piece of artwork for this project we have going on, you know, feel free to hit us up in the DMs. So I, being someone who follows this person, was like, yeah, hey, I'm an artist, let me hit up your DMs. So I did that. I DM'd the person. They were like, hey, here's what we would like. You know, this is kind of the project that we're doing. And if you want to kind of take a look at it and just create a piece of art that is representative of this topic, then, you know, that's really all we're looking for. It's kind of left up to your interpretation. And so, you know, I asked them, did they have a deadline? Like what time parameters do I have, etc. So I asked them that, they gave me a timeline, and I said, okay, I'll have you a piece of art by this date. I came back from a kind of fun little trip that I did, and I buckled down the next day and I made the piece of artwork, and I was really excited about it. I had kind of thumbnailed some concepts in advance. I had kind of like gotten myself all ready to do this piece. I had really resonated with their topic, and so I made this piece of artwork that I was pretty excited about. I was like, wow, look at me. I actually had an idea, put it into place, and it turned out like I wanted it to. And let me tell you, those are few and far between. If you're an artist, you probably know this already, but it is very rare that, like, as an artist, we can put into practice exactly what is in our head. It usually doesn't come out the way that we think it's going to, or like the way that we'd want it to, either because we don't have the skills or we took the wrong approach, etc. But this piece did that. And so I was all excited. I like sent it along to them, and I was like, here's the artwork that I did. You know, if this isn't what you're looking for, I am willing to try again. I understand that this is like kind of a really interpretive thing, and it might not fit your idea, and ultimately you are the person who it has to represent. So, you know, if you want something else, if you had a different idea in mind, let me know, I'll try again. So a couple days goes by and I don't hear anything. I like followed up to make sure that they got the email, and then finally, they respond 2 minutes before they like post their thing regarding the project, and it doesn't have my artwork. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess they didn't choose me. That's fine. And so I go to my emails, I look, I see, oh, as a matter of fact, they didn't choose mine. They went with something else, which, that's just part of the game. I'm sure there were other artists that responded to the DM. Not the only artist on the planet, blah, blah, blah. What pissed me off and why this topic matters and what, is relevant to this topic is that the piece that they did go with, I was able to reverse image search, and it's literally just a stock photo off of Adobe. So it took 5 minutes worth of effort. It's not specific to their project in any way, shape, or form. And I was like, wow, that hurts. When, a stock image is chosen over what you did, it's like, wow, like there was no effort put into it at all. And here I spent all this effort, and I just felt really undervalued at that point, I guess. And perhaps wrongly so. And please comment below if, I'm in the wrong here, or if that's not the emotion that I should have initially attached to that, but that's how I felt. I have since reprocessed those emotions, as humans tend to do, and realized that realistically, the art in its valuation of that person doesn't matter. I'm happy with the artwork that I produced. I spent the time practicing my craft and really making something that I was proud of. I practiced a medium that I find difficult, and I made something worthy of me, and that's what matters. I want to relate this to Instagram specifically because that's, kind of how this all started. And I just want to say, if you post a piece of artwork to Instagram that you are super proud of, that like actually came out the way that you wanted it to, and it only gets like 1 or 2 likes, or it doesn't perform the way that you think it should, I urge you to have that same reconsideration of your emotions and just realize that it matters. It matters to you. Your art has value. It is so important that we as artists kind of get this concept because, again, art is fraught with a lot of rejection. You're not always going to be the one chosen. You're not always going to have the best or, most adequate interpretation of what it is you're trying to produce art for. If it's art for anyone other than yourself, it needs to come back to the value that it has with you. I value the time that I spent on that artwork for me. I wasn't getting paid to do it. It was just something that I wanted to do to try to help this person out. And in doing so, I spent my time on this artwork, but I spent my time wisely because it helped me to improve my artwork overall. And I value that time regardless of whether that other person values my time, and that's all that matters. I hope that this topic is kind of resonating with you. I hope that you can see how you as an artist might be perpetually undervaluing your work because you're only taking into consideration other people's value of your work. I want you to take a moment and just know that your worth is not determined by anyone else. It is determined by you. So please consider that next time you post something to Instagram and it doesn't perform the way you want it to, just know that it was worth it and it matters. Your art has value for you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. I do appreciate it. If this topic resonates with you, if you kind of needed to hear this reminder, please let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate it, and I'd like to kind of engage more on other art concepts that maybe we don't consider enough in this digital day and age. There's just so much I don't know, grinding to try to please the other people, please the people who are consuming our art, as opposed to pleasing ourselves with our art. So I just wanted to take a moment to talk about that with you guys today. And again, I really appreciate you watching this, your feedback down below in the comments, and let's start a dialogue regarding this topic. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will definitely catch you in the next one. New artwork coming next week. Thank you guys again. Have a good one. Bye.